Teresa from Teresa's Spot for Art. Happy Tuesday and welcome to a surprise live. How's everybody doing today? Yes, it's been a while. I need to get my act together. I know, I digress. Anyway, hello everyone. I have a couple of sheets of this really pretty craft paper. It's one-sided, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to use it. When you hop on, say hello. So I have 2 pieces of craft paper. I have some acrylic paint because I have something special for you. Some scissors and a couple of glues. So let me turn you guys around. There we go. Do that. There we go. Okay. So I have out these 2 sheets of craft paper. Okay. They're 12 by 12. So 4 times 3 is 12, right? So let me get a ruler that I hardly ever use. I'm going to do this. There's my 4-inch mark. And I'm just going to make a little line. And that's where I'm going to fold this paper. So I'm folding it into thirds. The answer lies in the third magazine. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to fold it the other way. Actually, that was a Will and Grace reference, if you know it. And then I'm going to take this, because you don't really need this piece. I mean, you could, but you're not going to see it anyway. And I'm going to cut this off for now. We're going to use it for something else. Okay, and this is regular craft paper. You get it in those pads. You can use your own paper. So now I have this, and this is going to be, let me fold it in half, the outside. Okay, so I have taken this 1 piece of craft paper. I measured 4 inches up and folded it. Okay, now I'm going to cut here. And then, I guess I could have done this in 1, but I'm going to cut a tiny triangle out of it too. Just cutting off those 2 little pieces there. So when you fold these up, it helps fold in half and you're not getting all this stuff bunched up in the middle here with like the 3 pieces of paper. Take a little slit and fold it, okay? This is going to back this, but before we put it all together, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. This I don't need, I'm going to do this. So I have out this beautiful paper here, and I have out some paints. I'm going to take my paints, and I'm going to just copy a few of this design onto this paper so it coordinates when it's folded. I'm going to get some like mint. That is sea glass. This is matcha. I want a little bit of red. You don't need a lot of paint for this. I want a little bit of brown because I'm going to darken my red with the brown. There we go. And then we always need white, and we always need black too, but I put my black out for my paint party, and I should have 2 blacks and 2 whites. I'm going to do that. This way 1 can stay with my paint party stuff, and then 1 can be here. I have an in-person event tonight at one of my local libraries, and so I packed up my paint for that already. Okay, let me get a brush. So I'm just going to use this paper to inspire some painting, some flowers on here. This is more of a watercolor look. It doesn't matter. We're just using it for inspiration and coordination. So I'm going to get some of this green, and I'm just going to paint in some blobs. Pick up a little bit of white and add that to here. And a few more. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fold this in half. I want to see where the middle is. I'm going to cross over the middle anyway, but I would like to see where it is. That's good. Okay. Oh, got some brown paint on there. I knew I put my finger in paint. I think that's going to be covered anyway. So just painting in some blobs here and some bigger ones and some littler ones. And because I'm painting on paper with acrylic paint and I'm not getting very thick, it's drying up really, really quick. So we can move on to our next step. Okay. And this is going to be a folio that can stand by itself or go in to a junk journal. I'm painting on the back of this paper, so I can go off the page with this too. Now I'm going to get a little bit, let me get this. I think this will work. Not too much. A little bit of teal. I'm going to get some of this, and I want to darken this up a little bit for my centers. And I'm dabbing them in. I'm dabbing them where it's big, where it's small, and I'm painting them in where I have room to use this brush to paint them in. There's nothing, oh, this one should be a little bit, second coat. There's nothing exact about these. And this is just the first layer. Okay. And then let me get some of my center paint for in there. Just mixing as I go. So if you're on my email list, I sent out a really cool email today. I've been a little MIA with the painting, but you guys know how much I love it. I'm just making these little circle centers in my flowers. And I am just basically using this to be inspired for this. So when I put it all together, it goes together. I'm going to wash my brush. So anyways, if you're on my email list, I sent out a really fun email today. So although I've been doing my in-person stuff and my YouTube channel, my page here has been a lot about junk journaling, because that has become, paper crafting and junk journaling has become my newest obsession. But I didn't want to get away from my paper crafting. I'm just going to mix a little bit of this brown and red, because this red here is a little too red. I'm using the back of my brush and I'm swirling in the brown as I go. I wanted it to look more like this. Now again, this is watercolor. These are droplets. This is just supposed to be inspiration and coordination. Okay, so we're not going to worry about it matching perfect or whatever. I'm just using the colors and the paint. Anyway, and I'm using the back of my brush in case you didn't notice. So I've gotten a little bit away from the acrylic painting, but that is my love and my passion. So here I am today, marrying the two. So if you don't know, I started a junk journal membership, and we do a lot of paper crafting, mixed media, and I'm going to be doing some artwork and some acrylic painting. I do have a partner who is an amazing designer, Serena Correa, and she does some awesome junk journal kits. So we will be doing 4 tutorials a month, mixed media, junk journal kits, tags, and whatnot. But today I am here to show you how I can use these 2 pieces of paper, incorporate my love for acrylic painting and paper crafting all together. I'm just being very abstract with these dots. What do you think so far? What do you think so far? I'm going to come over here. I'm going to get this. This is matcha. I'm going to side load up some brown. And I'm going to add in some stems. I got this new, it's funny, I got this new tablecloth, and I thought it was leaves and flowers, and it ended up being, what do you call it? It ended up being turtles and underwater seaweed and whatnot. I don't know why I thought it was leaves and flowers. So just added a few more of them in there, and I'm going to go back to my original green, and I want to add in a few more flowers now. Oh, wrong one. And all these colors coordinate and go together. It's okay if some of my flowers are darker and some of them are bigger and some of them are smaller. And this is going to go in here, so you're not going to see it. That's why I'm kind of stopping there. So let me mix up a little bit more of my brown and red. And I'm going to come in here and fill in more dots. These are just fillers, and I'm using the back of the brush. I put in my stems and go in and add in, there's bigger blotches, there's smaller ones, there's darker patches. If you just take like one section, there's a flower, a smaller flower, the darker centers, these little green, what looks like stems. And then these are water droplets because this is more of watercolor than it was acrylic. But I'm sticking with acrylic, and I'm just having to make it coordinate. Wash my brush a little bit. I'm going to get a smaller brush too. Go into my matcha. And then put in some little lines that crisscross. A little bit of white. I'm just adding in a little bit of white highlight to these stems. Then I think I'm even going to go in here, and because this background on this is white, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to bring out the white, and I'm using a little brush this time, not the end of my brush, and I'm just filling in with some abstract dots all around to bring out the white. So we have the white and the pink and the really deep red with the brown. And I'm just creating this really fun background. And it all started with this piece of 12 by 12 craft paper. I think I need to bring some red down here. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to mix up some red, and now I'm going to bring in, using the tip of the brush helps me make a little bit more abstract shapes, and I can make them bigger and smaller. There we go. Let me wash. Oh, let me open up my chat and get a little bit more white. If you're interested in joining the Junk Journal Hive, it is open now until June 5th. We have some really great projects for you this month. There is a journal seed pack. There is beach decals and papers. Hi, Virginia. How was your trip? There is a really cool cottage junk journal. I'm going to be teaching how to write your affirmations and use that in junk journaling. So that's going to be really cool. There we go. So I am going to hit this with my dryer real quick. Let's move this out the way and switch. Help this dry a little bit. Now I'm going to add a little bit of centers to my flowers. I don't want to incorporate too much black, but I want the centers to pop. So I'm just, missed a center on that one. Just lightly tapping in a few black dots for my flower centers. I want them to be black. I don't want black to take over my art though. Trip was wonderful. One of like, oh, I bet. Lucky you. That's awesome. So happy for you. It looked like a great time. I saw your pictures. Okay. I think I'm going to try something else here too. Let me get a little bit of black. I'm just going to do a few of these. Not too many again because I don't want to introduce too much black to my art. That might be enough right there. Just those three. Bring in a little bit of black on my stems. Just a few. Okay, not too much. All right, so now we're going to let this dry. And we're going back to this is our folio. And then this, we're going to use this for pockets. So let me fold this in half. I don't want it as big, so I'm going to cut a little bit off. I'm going to fold this in half. So I took what was left of this sheet, the 4-inch strip. I folded it in half. I cut a little bit off so it would fit on here as a pocket. Now I'm going to fold this in half so I can cut a triangle for my pocket. Now I have two. And I'm going to cut this in half. Okay. I'm going to take my Elmer's clear glue that I use when I just need to run a little bead of glue. I mean, hopefully it'll be coming out. Oh, too much. And I'm just going to glue up these 3 sides. Okay. I'm going to take this pocket and I'm going to put it on the front. I think that's straight, right? Okay. Take a little push, fold it over. I got a little too much glue on this one, so I need a piece of scrap. Wouldn't you know? I just cleaned out my garbage. Okay. I'm going to put this pocket on the back. Now, we can add so much stuff to this. We can add decals, we can add stickers, we can add lace, we can add charms, we can add all kinds of stuff. But you know what? Use what you have. You just want to do some crafting and some paper cutting and whatever, that's totally fine too. And now we're going to line this up on here. When I do big sections like this, I like to use my glue stick instead of wet glue. If I need to run a bead, I'll use this glue to make a nice little bead around stuff. If I'm doing big giant sections, I will use this glue stick. This is the Darice glue stick. And it's a big fat one. So you get a lot of nice coverage with minimal effort. I'm trying to keep my tablecloth neat. So let's reach up. Okay, got a nice coat of glue on there. I'm going to line this up. And hopefully, let me turn it around. Let's line it up from this side. I'm going to line it up top, line it up top. Where's the edge of my paper? There. And there. Okay. I want to be careful pressing it down because it is still a little wet. I can run my finger up here on the crease. Fold these up. Move this out the way. And I'm going to hit it with my dryer again, just in case. Thank you. I love pink and green. My baby nursery back in the day, more than 30 years ago, was pink and green. I love pink and greens. I love the boho muted colors. I was inspired by this paper to create these flowers up here, and I think I did a great job. Can use a little bit more of these green swashes maybe. That's what I'll add before we finish up. So let me get my brush. And this was just one, well, actually it was 2 pieces of 12 by 12 craft paper from a pad I got at Michael's for 99 cents that I've been like using the heck out of. This is matcha, and I'm just adding in a little of these green blobs to bring in the green that's on there. Let me get a little bit more of this paint. I'm just putting in like little scrollies. There we go. All right, put that back up. And again, let me hit it with the dryer. If this was double-sided craft paper, I wouldn't have needed to do this, but it's not. So, you know what? We use what we have, right? We fold it up. If I close it, there's the fun pocket on the front. Okay. I'm going to take my glue here again, and I'm just going to glue both sides. So I can flip them up and they'll glue down, flip them up and they'll glue down. There's a notch here on purpose. So when we fold this in half, we don't have 4 layers of paper bunching up in the middle here. And it will fold nice. This was a little off, so I'm just going to get my scissors and cut it. There we go. Put this on, and then here we have it. Now I have these tags. Thank you, tag. I have these tags. These were also part of the craft paper pack that I have. There's 2 pages of these tags, but you can create your own tags or you can get the free download that I have in the description and make your own, or you can just make your own from your own paper or imagination. Totally up to you. Let me get my junk bowl. Why am I not cutting over my Rachel Ray junk bowl? I don't know. The link to join the Junk Journal Hive is posted above by my beautiful assistant, my daughter Sydney, who's home visiting from Costa Rica. So we have that. We have that. Today is a good day. Enjoy every moment. I'm going to do this one too. And cut these out. Some of these would make better gift tags than they would junk journal tags, like this to from, that's a gift tag. So I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, that's a preparation. Look at that. My junk journal. Fold back here. Nip. Nip. Fix. And then where is my hole punch? We could put ribbon on here. See my junk journal haul video the other day? I got some awesome junk journal supplies at the $1.25 tree. I was very, very excited. I like to put holes in these too sometimes. So I'm gonna. Actually, that one. I'm not, because then I'll cut out the thank you, and I don't want to cut out the thank you part. Okay. So here we go. So this is the little folio we made. We can put our tags in here if we want. Little pocket. We can put our tags in here. Our little thank yous. Where's the other one? In here. You can make multiples of these. 2, 3, 4 of these. Put them together with the ribbon. I think I have a video on that on my YouTube channel. And then it goes right inside your junk journal, and you have a bunch of these with your pockets for saving stuff. And there you have it. 2 little pieces of paper. Got a little glue on there. Some acrylic paint, few colors, and we have this cool folio that I could take and add stuff to if I wanted to. I have some stickers here. Anything that you want to embellish, you can embellish with. It is totally up to you. I could create a whole collage on here, whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to stick my tickets in here and take my thank yous, and I'm going to put them in here. And there we go. Let me turn you guys around. So thanks for joining me. How cute is that? Little pocket here, little pocket here, and in the front, all with 2 pieces of paper or one-sided piece of paper if you had that. So thank you for joining me. The link is above for the Junk Journal Hive. I think so is my YouTube channel. And there's also, I shared the PDF link to get the boho tags that I did the other day on YouTube. So you can grab that free download too if you want. And I will see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Love you guys.